Evening. So I thought I'd show you an issue that I ran into, which I run into often on every carving numerous times. But this is a good thing to teach because it happens all the time, and if it's not fixed, it kind of messes things up later. So first of all, I was determining the placement of many items, and I wanted to start working in this area because I'll need to push the head back and all of this will be affected. So I needed to determine how much space in between here there is. So I knew this was a bit too small, and so I started measuring. So I started from a constant spot, which is basically the side of the block. The side of the block gives me a place to start that never is going to change, and so that allowed me to make measurements with my pencil. You can use a ruler or just about anything you want. I just use a pencil because it's always on hand. I always got one around, and at the 99-cent store I can get these pretty much forever for almost no money at all. So started measuring from the outside of the block to measure the basic size of this arm, the hand, the thumb on the hand, or rather the thumb, the fist, the forearm, and the outside of the arm here. So when I measure from the side of the block the to the end of the fist, or the back of the fist, I come up with my measurements here and measure, and it lines up. So I kept going in this direction to the thumb and measured it from the bottom of the fist to the thumb, and it lined up. And I had it all the way across from the top of the thumb to the edge of the beard, and then from the edge of the beard to the nose, and then the top of the nose. But when I ran into the end of the nose, I was over by about a quarter inch, and you can see it's not present. I cut it all the way to the edge that it needed to be, so I'm down quarter of an inch. That's not good. So what I did immediately after that was I measured from the other side. So I measured from the outer nose to the nostril and measured it on the paper, and it matched. Then I measured from the bottom of the nostril down to the beard, and it matched on the paperwork up to this line. But the thumb measured up to this dot. So now I know my inconsistency is in between the fist and the jawline. So since I cannot go in any direction that way, I must go that way. So what I've determined is that if you go from the outer nose to the nostril, measure onto my drawing, it fits. From the nostril, well, you have to measure from here. From the nostril to the beard line, it fits to your line, or my line rather. From the line to the top of the thumb is here. And then I determined, okay, there it is. The only way I can go to fix it is to cut into the fist. So the fist ends here. So now I measure from the fist, or rather the thumb, to the back side of the hand, and I get this line here. And then from the line here at the back of the hand, where it meets the wrist, I measure it to the side of the block, to my constant. And that fits. Okay, so placement is extremely important, and you have to keep in mind that you need to continually measure to make sure you got things in the right place. All right, that's it.